Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So Dandavat pranams to all the devotees. Thank you all for joining in for the study session today. We'll start with the prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauradishe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Taralaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatrapatamaham Mande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Brahmanandamadhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tatsat. Hare Krishna. Ajanulambita bhujau kanakavatatau Sankirtanaika pitarau kamalayatakshav Vishwambarau dvijavarau yugadharma palau Vande jagat priyakarau karunavatarau. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauradushe Namaha. Krishna Varnam Trisha Krishnam Sangopanga Parshadam Yajnai Sankirtana Praye Yajanti Sumedasaha. Vande Guruni Shabhaktani Shamisha Avatarakan Tat Prakasham Satachakti Krishna Chaitanya Samyakam. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sodito Gaurode Pushpavantau Chitro Shando Tamonato Yadadvaitam Brahmopanishadi Tadapyasya Tanubhayatmantaryami Purusha iti Soshamsha Vibhava Shadaishwaryai Purno Sevavan Swayam Ayam Chaitanyat Krishna Jagati Paratatvam Paramiha Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunayavatirna Kalo Samarpaitu Munnato Jularasam Sabhakti Shriyam Harihi Purda Sundara Tudigadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Kandare Suratuvaha Shachi Nandanaha Radha Krishna Praneva Kritir Ladini Shaktirasmat Ekatmanavabhibhuvi Puradeha Vedam Gatauto Chaitanyakyam Prakamadana Tadvayam Chaikyamaptam Radha Bhavaduti Sulitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam Shri Radhaya Pranamahima Kidrisho Vanayaiva Swadyo Yenadvada Madhurima Kidrisho Vamadiyah Saukyam Chasyamadhanabhavatah Kidrisham Veti Lobhat Tadbhavadeha Samajani Shachigarbha Sindho Arinduhu. पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तिशक्तिकं। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा, श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So Dandavat pranams to all the devotees. Thank you all for joining in for our teachings of Lord Chaitanya study session. So we are studying prologue by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We saw that how Bhaktivinoda Thakur has interspersed a lot of pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his, especially in his youth pastimes. How he was a great pandit, he was a great scholar, especially his childhood pastimes, how he taught the principle of following Ekadashi by the wonderful pastime with Jagadish Pandit and Hiranya Pandit, and so many wonderful pastimes, in terms of preaching, like, the Kola Danga Banga pastime, right, where Chand Kazi had broken the kola or the drum in Srivas Angan. Again, there was wonderful pastime where the Lord appeared as Narsingadev and actually told Chand Kazi to not be an obstacle in the path of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. So in this way, we saw how Chand Kazi also got, he became a devotee. He also started preaching Harinam Sankirtan, and in this way, all the Mohammedans and all the followers of Chand Kazi also became devotees, and they started preaching, and they also started Harinam Sankirtan on the roads. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did wonderful leelas, especially those pastimes which where Harinam Sankirtan is propagated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Those are wonderful ecstatic pastimes. And why Bhaktivinoda Thakur is mentioning all of this in prologue, so that we get interest, we get taste in actually studying these teachings of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? So let's continue reading. Let me share my screen, and devotees who want to read may raise your hands, and then we will go ahead. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yeah. So we ended yesterday with Chand Kazi being converted into Vaishnavism, and Chand Kazi also starts propagating the Sankirtana movement. That's where we ended. Now let's continue from. It was after this that some of the jealous and low-minded Brahmanas. Okay, Rohini Mataji, go ahead.
It was Hare Krishna Mataji. It was after this that some of the jealous and low-minded Brahmanas of Kulia picked a quarrel with Mahaprabhu and collected a party to oppose him. Nimai Pandita was naturally a soft-hearted person. Though strong in his principles, he declared that party feelings and sectarianism were the two great enemies of progress, and he saw that as long as he should continue to be an inhabitant of Nadia belonging to a certain family, his mission would not meet. Sorry, just a minute, Mataji. His mission would not meet with complete success. He then resolved to be a citizen of the world by cutting off his connection with his particular family, caste, and creed, and with this resolution, he embraced the position of sannyasi at Katwa under the guidance of Keshava Bharati of that town. In the 24th year of his life, his mother and wife wept bitterly for his separation. But our hero, though soft in heart, was a strong person in his principles. He left his little world in his house for the unlimited spiritual world of Krishna with a man in general. After his sannyasa, he was induced to visit the house of Advaita Prabhu in Shantipura.
Hare Krishna,
Advaita managed to invite all Mahaprabhu's friends and admirers from Nadia.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Rohini Mataji ki jai. Okay, we'll continue after discussing this. Okay, so here Nimai Pandit, right? He actually, why did he have to take sannyas, right? The Lord is the supreme personality of Godhead. It is not required for the Lord to take sannyas. But why did Lord take sannyas? Because he wanted to basically, it is said in Kali Yuga that one should not take up sannyas. right? In Kali Yuga, one should not take sannyas, right? That's what's specified for Kali Yuga. Then why did the Lord take up sannyas, right? The Lord took up sannyas because nobody was actually paying respect to Nimai Pandit, right? When he was used to talk about Krishna, like we saw yesterday, how when Nimai Pandit was a scholar, even Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, all of them also, they used to feel threatened. That they used to think, oh, this Nimai Pandit, why is he because such a logician, right? His mission is to establish Krishna consciousness and preach Harinam Sankirtan. So why is he becoming a logician like this? Why is he engaging people in debates like that? Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, they used to feel sad. But then what happened when when Nimai Pandit actually went to Gaya, right? Typically to do the last rites for his father. That was the reason, external reason he gave to go to Gaya to do the last rites of his father, Jagannath Mishra. Actually, the internal reason was to meet his spiritual master, Ishwara Puri. So in this way, he went, he got initiation, and his name became Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So in that way, when he came back to Navadvip, he started preaching Krishna consciousness. And then Advaita Acharya, Shrivas, and Nityananda Prabhu, they were all so happy, right? They were so happy that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Shri Krishna Chaitanya, is now spreading the mission of Krishna consciousness. But so as he was doing, going door to door to actually spread the Krishna consciousness movement, he was just thinking that nobody is listening to me, right? Everybody is busy, especially in Kali Yuga. People don't know what is giving their own welfare. So in that way, people were so much agnostic to their own eternal benefit. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought that because it was working against their favor, right? They were not respecting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, Nimai Pandit thought that let me take up this order of sannyas, because in India at that time, at least the sannyasis were respected, right? The other classes of people, whoever preaching Krishna consciousness or whatever, they were not respected. And they were committing aparad, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself and he is coming in the form of a pure devotee. So they were committing aparad to Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in that way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought the best way to make the people understand the mission of Krishna consciousness is to take sannyas. So in his 24th year of life, that is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only, his earthly lila, manifest pastimes are only 48 years, right? We discussed in the first session. In his 48 years, in the first 24 years, which is described very nicely in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, where baby Nimai's pastimes, the thief, how he is trying to steal Nimai's ornaments, that pastime, that Haribol, how he starts crying all the time and the neighbors come and pacify him and he makes them chant Haribol, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that pastime. Were numerous pastimes, like how the Brahmin comes and cooks. He comes and stays in Jagannath Mishra's home, and then the Brahmin cooks and invites Krishna to come and take the bhoga, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his little baby Nimai, comes and eats the bhoga. All these pastimes are very, although it is given as small bullet points here, it is actually narrated very, very elaborately in the Adi Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita, written by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj. And then in his 24th year, when he goes, he takes sannyas. From here, Madhya Leela starts, right? And from here, and the first 6 years after he took sannyas, which means his 24th year to 30th year, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went for the South India Yatra. He went to Vrindavan. He went to various places. And then later on, his mother asks him to settle down at Jagannath Puri. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually wanted to go to Vrindavan Dham and he wanted to be there for the rest of his life. But then Shachi Mata told that, Jagannath Mishra had also passed away. Vishwarup, his elder brother, also taken sannyas. He was not there. So Shachi Mata said, Mayapur and Jagannath Puri are like two different rooms of the same home. They're very, very close by. At least I will get to know about your whereabouts, how you're doing, etc. So please maintain your place, your fixed place as Jagannath Puri. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed. And that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in his last 18 years, which means 24th year he took sannyas. 24th to 30th year, he was traveling around India, to various places like South India Yatra. Then he went to Vrindavan. He went to various places in he went to Pandharpur. Right, various places he went in India. In his 30th year, until his earthly Leela, which is 48 years, last 18 years, he stayed in Jagannath Puri, just teaching people by his own sadachar. What should be the dealings with the devotees, how one should practice Krishna consciousness, and his conversations with Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Ramananda Rai, Swarup Damodar Goswami. Then you have conversations with Sarvam Bhattacharya, and all of them. Various teachings are given to us, for us. And these teachings, like we discussed the other day, these teachings given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through Rupa Goswami, through Sanatana Goswami, through Sarvam Bhattacharya, they are all teachings for us, how we should conduct our life in Kali Yuga. Just like Krishna's teachings are for us, the Bhagavad Gita is the manual for us, and the teaching was given by Krishna through Arjuna as the Nimitta Matra. Similarly, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they're all Nimitta Matras for the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, which is more applicable to us because we are in Kali Yuga. Those teachings are more applicable to us. And through the medium of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, who are pure devotees of the Lord, right? Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari in the spiritual world, right? So through Rupa Goswami, these teachings have been given to us for us to practice. These are not teachings given to Rupa Goswami that we are just studying for entertainment or for time pass. No, these are instructions that we want to apply in our life. That is why we are studying teachings of Lord Chaitanya. So with that frame of mind, let us understand that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has appeared in the form of Shri Krishna Chaitanya, and more so just to attract all of us conditioned souls, right, to pay heed to the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord. There was no need for him to take sannyas. He took sannyas. He gave up his beautiful wife, Vishnu Priya. He left his mother in separation, right? His own mother, Shachi Mata. They're all like Shachi Mata is not different from Yashoda Maya, right? And we also know that how the similarity is there between Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, right? How he also ate clay, just like Krishna ate mud, and how he also left his mother and stayed elsewhere, right? The Vipranamba Bhava was there even in the Yashoda Maya and Krishna. When Krishna left Vrindavan, went to Mathura. Similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also leaving Navadvip and is going to Jagannath Puri, like that. So in the past times also there is a lot of similarity, and we know that Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nahi Anya. You should always remember this, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna. Even if there is a little difference, it means that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more merciful than even Lord Krishna, right? The Acharyas explain. Krishna says, Ye tamam prapadyanti tam satyam bhajamyam. As you surrender, I reward accordingly. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, go and knock in everybody's door and ask them, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Siksha. Ask them to worship Krishna, ask them to chant the names of Krishna, and ask them to teach about Krishna to others. Right? That's what Prabhupada also told. In his initial days, Prabhupada told, whatever you hear from me, go out and preach. Go out and repeat whatever you have heard from me. So in that way, the mood continues in our Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. We are not Bhajananandis. We're not sitting in one room and simply chanting. And of course, we do that also. But that's not our goal, right? To perfect our life is only a part of it. But Janma Sarthi Kari Kara Paropakar. That is instruction given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to us. Right? We become army. We become soldiers in the army of Srila Prabhupada. In the army, we become soldiers in the army of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is Senapati Bhakta is Srila Prabhupada. And we are all small, like the squirrels also helped Lord Ram in building that bridge. And Hanuman also was helping. So according to our capacity, whether we are Hanuman or squirrel, doesn't matter. According to the best of our capacity, we should engage in preaching the Harinama Sankirtan, in singing the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in this way, what will happen? We will be empowered to do more and more in the service of Guru and Gauranga. So what is it that we can do? We simply need to have the desire, and everything else will be taken care of by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga. Right? So why did I give this long story? It's because Krishna Chaitanya, he was Lord Krishna himself, has taken sannyas, just like so that you and me are attracted by what the Lord is saying. So let us pay attention and see how we can implement all these teachings in our day-to-day life, how we can transform our lives and make a valuable contribution in the lives of others by giving them Krishna consciousness, by just sharing whatever realizations we got through the mercy of some devotees. Whatever mercy we got, we also trying to share it with others in the mood of gratitude in the mode of humility. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay. Rohini Mataji, I was just wondering, Mataji's got so much interested, she doesn't want to stop reading. Okay, Rohini Mataji, go ahead. We don't want to stop your enthusiasm. Go ahead. After his sannyas,
After his sannyasa, he was induced to visit the house of Advaita Prabhu in Shantipura. Advaita managed to invite all Mahaprabhu's friends and admirers from Nadia and brought Sachi Devi to see her son. Both pleasure and pain invaded her heart when she saw her son in the attire of a sannyasi. As a sannyasi, Krishna Chaitanya put on nothing but a kaupina and a bahirvasa, outer covering. His head was without hair and his hands bore a danda, stick, and a kamandalu, hermit's water pot. The holy son fell at the feet of his beloved mother and said, Mother, this body is yours and I must obey your orders. Permit me to go to Brindavana for my spiritual attainments. The mother, in consultation with Advaita and others, asked her son to reside in Puri, the town of Jagannath, so she might obtain news about him now and then. Mahaprabhu agreed to that proposition and in a few days left Shantipura for Orissa. His biographers have described the journey of Krishna Chaitanya. That was the name he got after his sannyasa, from Shantipura to Puri in great detail. He travelled along the side of Bhagirathi as far as Chatrabhoga, situated now in Thana Mathurapur, Diamond Harbour, 24 Parganas. There he took a boat and went as far as Prayag Ghat in the Midnapur district. Thence he walked through Balasore and Cuttack to Puri, seeing the temple of Bhuvaneshwara on his way. Upon his arrival at Puri, he saw Jagannath in the temple and resided with Sarvabhauma at the request of the latter. Sarvabhauma was a gigantic pandita of the day. His readings knew no bounds. He was the best Nyayika of the times and was known as the most erudite scholar in the Vedanta philosophy of school of Shankaracharya. He was born in Nadia, Vidyanagara, and taught innumerable pupils in the Nyaya philosophy in his Tola there. He had left for Puri some time before the birth of Nimai Pandita. His brother-in-law Gopinath Mishra introduced our new sannyasi to Sarvabhauma, who was astonished at his personal beauty and feared that it would be difficult for the young man to maintain sannyasa dharma during the long run of his life. Gopinath, who had known Mahaprabhu from Nadia, had a great reverence for him and declared that the sannyasi was not a common human being. On this point, Gopinath and Sarvabhauma had a hot discussion. Sarvabhauma then requested Mahaprabhu to hear his recitation of the Vedanta Sutras, to which the latter tacitly submitted. Chaitanya heard with silence what the great Sarvabhauma uttered with gravity for 7 days, at the end of which the latter said, Krishna Chaitanya, I think you do not understand the Vedanta, as you do not say anything after hearing my recitation and explanations. The reply of Chaitanya was that he understood the sutras very well, but could not make out what Shankaracharya meant by his commentaries. Astonished at this, Sarvabhauma said, How is it that you understand the meaning of the sutras but do not understand the commentaries which explain the sutras? All well. If you understand the sutras, please let me have your interpretations. Mahaprabhu thereupon explained all the sutras in his own way, without touching the pantheistic commentary of Shankara. The keen understanding of Sarvabhauma saw the truth, beauty, and harmony of the arguments in the explanations given by Chaitanya, and obliged him to utter that it was the first time he had found one who could explain the Brahma Sutras in such a simpler manner. He also admitted that the commentaries of Shankara never gave such natural explanations of the Vedanta Sutras as those he had obtained from Mahaprabhu. Sarvabhauma then submitted himself as an advocate and follower. In a few days, he turned to be one of the best Vaishnavas of the time. When reports of this came out, the whole of Orissa sang the praise of Krishna Chaitanya, and hundreds came to him and became his followers. In the meantime, Mahaprabhu thought of visiting southern India, and he started with one Krishnadasa Brahmana for the journey.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very good. So, fantastic. This is what is called complete summarization. This is running into several chapters of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has done an extremely short, pressy writing kind of thing. so that we get the essence of the entire section of what transpired between Sarvam Bhattacharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually, Sarvam Bhattacharya was the greatest logician of the time, a great scholar, as mentioned by Prabhupada here. And, when he explained it, the entire, especially the Atma Rama verse, so he explained it, and then, he explained completely for 7 days. But Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not even open his mouth. He would just keep quiet. And then this Sarvam Bhattacharya, he was so proud that he used to think that maybe this, he very young sannyasi, 24 years old, and he's thinking, how will this young lad actually maintain his sannyas vows? He's so handsome, he's so beautiful. Like that he was thinking. And then when he explained for 7 days and no reply at all from Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then he was thinking, are you even understanding what I'm saying? And then Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, actually with all humility, he said, okay, now that you're done, can I speak? And so in this way, he takes permission from Sarvam Bhattacharya and he explains it, the entire Vedanta Sutra in ways that was never known, because Sarvam Bhattacharya was a Mayavadi at that time. And he was attached to the Shankara school of philosophy, and he explained the Vedanta Sutras in that light. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained the Vaishnava way of the Vaishnava philosophy in a very beautiful way. That Sarvam Bhattacharya said, I have never heard the Vedanta explained in such a beautiful way, as he explained by Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, he surrendered to Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Charitamrita, it explains, like, generally, these Mayavadis and the Brahmavadis, they are so attached to rituals, right? Because they don't understand the glory of devotional service, that sometimes spontaneous devotional service, you apparently do some things, right? Like tears flowing down from the eyes, those are all symptoms which manifest, which are not according to rules and regulations. Right? Of course, a devotee should ensure that he does not exhibit these symptoms. Even if an advanced devotee does not exhibit these symptoms, like Prabhupada in Leelamrita also mentioned how Prabhupada, when he was having darshan of Radha Shyamasundar, he was sitting in that palanquin and the tears were flowing down from Srila Prabhupada's eyes, but he would not exhibit any symptoms. He would just wipe away his tears like that, right? So that nobody notices that he's exhibiting those kind of symptoms. So a devotee will never exhibit that tears are flowing down from my eyes, or hairs are standing on the end and stuff like that. So devotee will never exhibit symptoms like that. But the devotees are constantly having this kind of raga anuga bhakti, right? This kind of bhava for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, right? He's a Supreme Lord himself, right? But the way he explained the Brahma Sutras, right? Although 7 days he was just hearing, right? When we know we are correct, we can't even listen to somebody else even for 1 or 2 minutes. We immediately want to interject them and stop them. You're wrong. Let me tell you, right? Let me prove you're wrong, like that. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was such an embodiment of patience. He was just simply hearing. And then 7 days he heard through everything, this what Sarvam Bhattacharya wanted to speak. And then he proved him completely wrong. And his opinion, the way he explained the Vedanta Sutras, Sarvam Bhattacharya said nobody had explained to him in such a wonderful manner as you have done. And completely surrendered to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in this way, become a complete Vaishnava. So I was saying this is, previously he used to be a very ritualistic Brahmana, right? Study of Vedanta. He was a Vedantist who studied the Vedas very nicely. So, we should not eat prasad before we have bath, right? In the morning, we have to do these things. Of course, we have to follow that. As sadhaka bhaktas, we have to very, very strictly follow that we wake up in the morning, we cleanse ourselves. Then, we perform our chanting 2.5 hours, whatever time it takes, minimum 16 rounds. Then we do Mangala Arati, we do Tulsi Arati, we do Guru Puja, Narsingha Arati, and then we do Tulsi Arati, and then we do Guru Puja, and then we do, we study Bhagavatam. All those things a devotee has to do, right? But then, once what happened when Sarvam Bhattacharya, he's a great Vedantist. So once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, once he got converted, at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once came from Jagannath Puri temple. He brought Jagannath Prasadam. And Sarvam Bhattacharya, it was very early in the morning, and Sarvam Bhattacharya has just woken up, right? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, here is Prasadam from Jagannath Puri, Mahaprasad. And then ordinarily what Sarvam Bhattacharya would have done is, I've just woken up. I have to just, I cleanse myself, take bath, I respect the deities, do my aartis, only then I can honor Prasadam. It is not good to honor Prasadam just after waking up. That is a normal Brahmana tendency, right? That is what even we need to follow as Sadhika Bhaktas. But then, Sarvabhattacharya, having heard this Vedanta Sutra from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was so much in ecstatic love for Godhead that immediately took the prasad from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and ate it. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood. Yes, now he has understood the real philosophy. That whenever, whatever time it may be, Jagannath Mahaprasadam we cannot say no to Jagannath Mahaprasadam. And then slowly after he converted, Sarvabhattacharya, so many others also got converted because he was such a leader. Right? Later on also Prakashananda Saraswati, he was a Mayavadi sannyasi. He also got converted. So when the leader gets converted, what happens? All of his followers also follow the leader and they also get converted into Vaishnavism. So in this way, he made everybody Vaishnavas. And then he thought, now I should go to South India. Very, very beautiful conversations will happen where he stays in Gopal Bhatta Goswami's house. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, his father. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, at that time, small boy, Gopal, his father, Venkata Bhatta, stays in Srirangam, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed for 4 long months. We'll see how much of that is covered in the prologue by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. But in Chaitanya Charitamrita, a very wonderful description is given. How he goes to Srirangam, how he dances in front of the deities, how he sees a Brahmana who's holding a Bhagavad Gita upside down and reading. What does he tell him? Wonderful pastimes. And then Gopal is so attracted, a son of Venkata Bhatta. They are all Sri Vaishnavas. Actually, the Gopal is so much attracted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He tells, I want to go with this sannyasi. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, when the time comes, that time you come, right? Now you take care of your parents. Your parents are Vaishnavas. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave teachings at every level. Right? One should not give up one's duty. Rather, one should do one's duty. When the time is right, we will get the instructions how we can render more service in Krishna consciousness like that. Right? Even I was just thinking about how even Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when Prabhupada, Abhay Babu, was supposed to get initiated at that time in the Gaudiya Math, everybody was telling Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur that Abhay Babu makes a lot of contributions to the Gaudiya Math. Should we make him the temple president of the Gaudiya Math? And then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, when the time comes, he will do everything. Now he need not be made the leader of any Gaudiya Math. Let him do whatever he is doing right now. At that time, Prabhupada was running a pharmaceutical business. Right? When the time is right, he will do everything. So like that, we don't escape our duties and, just artificially renounce everything. But when the time comes, then we will be inspired by the Lord, how we can render more and more seva. Provided we are sincere in our heart, provided we are determined, we are enthusiastic to perform devotional service, according to the instructions of our spiritual master. Okay, let's move forward. Let's see what else Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes here. Okay, anyone else? Okay, I can see some hands up. Okay, Vrishabhanu Kanya Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, yes.
His biographers have given us details of the journey. He first went to Kurmakshetra, where he did a miracle by curing a leper named Vasudeva. He met Ramanand Rai, the governor of Vidyanagar, on the banks of the Godavari, and had a philosophical conversation with him on the subject of Prema Bhakti. He worked another miracle by touching, making them immediately disappear. The 7 tala trees from behind which Ramachandran, the son of Dasratha, had shot his arrow and killed the great Vali Raja. Mahaprabhu preached Vaishnavism and one Venkat Bhatt in order to find the...
Mahaprabhu preached Vaishnavism and Nama Sankirtana throughout his journey.
Yes. And Nam Sankirtanam throughout his journey. At Rangkshetra, he stayed for 4 months in the house of the Venkat Bhatt in order to spend the rainy season. There he converted the whole family of Venkat from Ramanuja Vaishnavism to Krishna Bhakti, including the son of Venkata, a boy of 10 years named Gopala, who afterwards came to Vrindavan and became one of the 6 Goswamis, prophets serving under their leader Sri Krishna Chaitanya, trained up in Sanskrit by the uncle Prabhananda
Bodhananda Saraswati.
Gopal wrote several books on Vaishnavism. Chaitanya visited numerous places in southern India, as far as Camp Comorin,
Comorin.
Cape Comorin, and returned to Puri in 2 years by Pandharpura on the Bhima. In this later place, he spiritualized the Tukaram, who became from that time a religious preacher himself. This fact has been admitted in this Abhangas, which have been collected in a volume by Mr. Satyendranath Tagore of the Bombay Civil Service. During his journey, he had discussion with the Buddhist, the Jains, and the Mayavadis in several places and converted his opponents in Vaishnavism. Upon his return to Puri, Raja Prataprudra Dev, Raja Prataprudra Dev, and several Pandita Brahmanas joined the banner of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was now
Hare
27 years old. Hare Krishna.
So this is, that this his entire southern yatra, that which happened for close to 6 years. That Bhaktivinoda Thakur is comprised into one paragraph, right? So this is the beauty of how encapsulating, they say, right? We all want in this modern times, right? In this fast age time, right? We want fast food. We want everything in a small capsule, right? Tell me, I can contribute 1 hour. Right? In 1 hour, I will do everything, whatever you tell me, but I want Krishna Prem. That's why we think, oh, I've been chanting for 20 years. We don't consider in the last 200 lifetimes, what were we doing? What kukrama we've been doing. That all we forget. But we know only our current lifetime. We are chanting Hare Krishna. Why is it not getting any taste in chanting Hare Krishna like that? Right? So we want everything instantly. So here we see actually how Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he is talking about the entire journey of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for complete 6 years, from 24 years to 30 years, where he travels from Jagannath Puri. He comes to South India. He goes to goes to Cape Comorin, which is Kanyakumari, and then he returns to Puri, wherein in between he goes to Pandharpur. In Pandharpur he meets Tukaram, right? Tukaram, we know the wonderful bhajans, right? Tukaram actually he left in his own body. The chariot had come, there's a very beautiful pastime how Tukaram used to just simply go and then used to simply chant the names of the Lord. His wife was not very much inclined towards spiritual practice, but she used to serve Tukaram very nicely. Right? Sometimes she can't even find Tukaram because Tukaram simply goes out wherever there is place. He used to sit under some tree, under some mountain, under some hill, and then he'll be chanting. And his wife, very meticulously, she will prepare nice, food for Tukaram, and then she will carry that, and then she will come to find out where my husband is. Right? She was not inclined to spiritual. She used to not perform any spiritual activities, but she used to simply serve her husband. She used to find where her husband is. Now it is said that even the hill, even the mountain where Tukaram used to sit and chant, the entire place used to reverberate with Lord's names. And that time only she used to understand, okay, he must be in this area only. And then she used to go there and give food to Tukaram. And then he used to just simply have the food and then continue his bhajan. And so later on, at the end of his life, wonderful, so many pastimes are there. I just want to say one thing, that at the end of the life, there is a chariot that comes to take Tukaram, right? We also see this in Dhruv Maharaj's pastime, right? There is a chariot that comes to take Dhruv Maharaj back. And Dhruv Maharaj is saying, what happens to my mother? And there is mother is already there in the chariot, right? First, the Suniti is actually going in the chariot already before. So similarly, Tukaram, there was a chariot, and when Tukaram saw that even before him, his wife was going, right? Because his wife was serving him, although she had no inclination to serve the Lord. We also see in the pastime of, I always tell this every class, but I don't know, I love this pastime, wherein, this Varadaraj Perumal, right? Where Varadaraj Perumal is served personally by Kanchipurna. And Kanchipurna asks, everybody asks Kanchipurna to ask Varadaraj Perumal, when will I go back to Godhead? And for everybody, whatever answer Varadaraj Perumal gives, Kanchipurna will go and tell them, you will go back in this lifetime, at the end of this lifetime, or you'll take 2 lifetimes, whatever may be the answer. So once Kanchipurna thought, let me ask the Lord, when will I go back to God? I am serving the Lord so nicely. And the Lord says, oh, you will take a lot many lifetimes. You are serving me directly. Only when you serve my devotee, you will go back, back to Godhead immediately. And then Kanchipurna says, okay, I am leaving your service. Let me find your devotee and let me serve him. But when he went out, he was not nobody was willing to employ him. He is the same person who is serving the Lord. Who will employ such a great devotee in their service? Right? So he disguised himself in a way that nobody can identify who he is, and then he used to serve the devotees. Of course, this is just a pastime. Of course, Kanchipurna is a great devotee of the Lord. Right? The Lord always gives instructions to common people through his pure devotees. Right? How serving the Lord? Aradhanam api sarvesham Vishnur Aradhanam Param. Best is to worship Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. But Tasmat Parataram Devi, right? The supremest Vaishnava, Lord Shiva is telling Parvati, Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadiyanam Samarchanam. Even better than worshipping the Lord is serving the Lord's paraphernalia, serving the Lord's devotees, serving the Lord's close associates. Like that, we see that Tukaram's wife went back home, back to Godhead. Even after that, only Tukaram also followed. And similarly, Dhruv's mother also went back. And then Dhruv was following later, like that. So, service to Vaishnavas is even more pleasing to the Lord than service to his own self, like that. Right? So in this way we see, and this Tukaram, right, who went back home, back to Godhead, this Tukaram was also initiated by Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way he converted the Buddhists, the Jains, the Mayavadis, even Shri Vaishnavas completely into Radha Krishna Prem, like that. So that was the potency of the pure devotee, of course Lord himself, who's come in the form of his own devotee, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai. It was his appearance that we celebrated day before yesterday, and yesterday was the party thrown by his father for his appearance. Gaur Purnima Mahamahotsava ki Jai, Jagannath Mishra Festival ki Jai. Okay, now we will request Sudha Mataji, upon his return to Puri, please continue. Okay, 12:47. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yes, Pranam Mataji.
Upon his return to Puri, Raja Prataparudra Deva and several Pandita Brahmanas joined the banner of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was now 27 years of age. In his 28th year, he went to Bengal as far as Gouda in Malda. There he picked up 2 great personages named Rupa and Sanatan. Though descended from the lines of the Carnatic Brahmanas, these 2 brothers had turned demi-Mohammedans by their continual contact with Hussain Shah, the then emperor of Gouda. Their names had been changed by the emperor into Dravida Kasa and Sakara Malika, and the master loved them heartily as they were both learned in Persian, Arabic, and Sanskrit, and they were loyal servants of the state. The 2 gentlemen had found no way to come back as regular Hindus and had returned to Mahaprabhu while he was at Puri for spiritual help. Mahaprabhu had written in reply that he would come to them while he would come to them and extricate them out of their spiritual difficulties. Now that he had come to Gouda, both the brothers appeared before him with their long-standing prayer. Mahaprabhu ordered them to go to Vrindavana and meet him there. Chaitanya returned to Puri through Shantipura, where he again met his dear mother. After a short stay at Puri, he left for Vrindavana. This time he was accompanied by one Balabhadra Bhattacharya. He visited Vrindavana and came down to Prayaga, Allahabad, converting a large number of Mohammedans to Vaishnavism by argument from the Quran. The descendants of those converts are still known as Pathana Vaishnavas. Rupa Goswami met him at Allahabad. Chaitanya trained him up in spirituality in 10 days and directed him to go to Vrindavana on 2 missions. His first mission was to write theological works scientifically explaining pure bhakti and prema. The second mission was to revive the places where Krishna Chandra had, at the end of Dwapar Yuga, exhibited his spiritual leela for the benefit of the religious world. Rupa Goswami left Allahabad for Vrindavana and Mahaprabhu came down to Banaras. There he resided in the house of Chandrasekhara and accepted his daily Bhiksha meal in the house of Tapan Mishra. Here it was that Sanatan Goswami joined him and took instruction for 2 months in spiritual matters. The biographer, especially Krishnadasa Kaviraja, has given us details of Chaitanya's teachings to Rupa and Sanatan. Krishnadasa was not a contemporary writer, but he gathered his information from the 6 Goswamis themselves, the direct descendants of Mahaprabhu. Jiva Goswami, who was a nephew of Sanatana and Rupa, and who has left us his invaluable work, the Shat Sandarbhas, has philosophized on the prospects of his great leader. We have gathered and summarized the precepts of Chaitanya from the books of those great writers.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, very beautifully, Prabhupada, actually, Prabhupada is quoting the entire prologue as written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He's incorporated it here. So, he's talking about the entire meeting of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 27 years old. That means he took sannyas 24, and then his South India Yatra ended by the time of 27, 3 years. And then 27th year, now he's going to Bengal, the east side of India. There he met Rupa and Sanatan, right? They were a home minister and the prime minister in the Nawab's kingdom, right? And they were home minister and prime minister, and he was completely dependent on Dabir Khas and Sakara Malik, like that. He renamed them. He was completely dependent on them. Now it is said that Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they wanted to get away from this, the king's rule. And they actually wanted to go and serve Mahaprabhu. And similarly, same way, like he told the others, Mahaprabhu said, when the time is right, you go to Vrindavan Dham. So now, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Gaudadesh, that time when Rupa and Sanatana Goswami met them, immediately he said, okay, go to Vrindavan. So immediately Rupa Goswami could go to Vrindavan, right? Where Rupa Goswami was instructed for 10 days in Dashashwamedha Ghat by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he got 2 instructions. One to write literatures glorifying bhakti, right? And he wrote Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he wrote Upadeshamrita, right? All those books were written by Rupa Goswami. And the other instruction was to reveal the Krishna's Leela Stalis, the Leela Stalis, the Stalis where Krishna performed wonderful pastimes. Those were instructions given to Rupa Goswami. And Sanatana Goswami, he could not immediately go to Vrindavan. So, actually, Sanatana Goswami got Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's association for greater than Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami got the association only for 10 days. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually visited Prayag, right? And in Prayag, actually, he met with Sanatana. He met with Sanatana Goswami there. Almost close to 2 months, he was instructed by Sanatana Goswami. And between Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami is elder brother actually, right? But then we still say, Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Subadantikam. Why do we say this? It's because Rupa Goswami, although younger to Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami is said to be Rupa Manjari in the spiritual world, right? And all the activities of Radha Krishna Seva actually is performed under the leadership of Rupa Manjari. And that is why even Sanatana Goswami, although he appeared elder to Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami also considered Rupa Goswami as the leader of all the Goswamis. But however, Rupa Goswami always respected Sanatana Goswami as much as his spiritual master. So in this way, Sanatana Goswami got instructions from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for 2 complete months. Right? At that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to live in the house of Chandrasekhar Acharya. Right? So, in Benares, when this entire teaching happened, even after that, Sanatana Goswami actually was not allowed to leave. Because, he was so good in his work that the Nawab was not willing to let him go. Right? At that time, when Sanatana Goswami said that no longer I will be able to work for you, then what happens? This is given in details in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now, then Nawab gets very angry. He puts Sanatana Goswami inside the prison. Right? And earlier, Rupa Goswami is now already gone to Vrindavan Dham. So that time, Rupa Goswami, he divides his wealth. When he's going, he distributes his wealth amongst all the Vaishnavas. He keeps 25% for emergency and 25% he gives for emergency purposes. He also gives some of the gold coins. He leaves with the person whom actually he tells to give it to the jail keeper, so that the jail keeper will allow Sanatana Goswami to escape, so that he can go to Vrindavan. So in this way, Rupa Goswami he was intelligent enough to allocate his wealth in such a way that helped Sanatana Goswami also to escape and go to Vrindavan Dham. So in this way, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they were all going to Vrindavan Dham. And now Gopal, the little boy whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met in Srirangam. He also becomes, of youth, and his parents pass away. And then he also goes to Vrindavan and he becomes Gopala Bhatta Goswami. Right? The various narrations are given, very detailed narrations are given. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meets each one of the Goswamis. Right? Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Jiva Goswami. He is the son of Anupam. He is the nephew of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. So how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meets all of them. Jiva Goswami is very, very, very small. When he actually present there where Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So like this, very wonderful narrations have been given in Chaitanya Charitamrita. But here, a very small short synopsis is given by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We will complete the prologue today. Maybe we'll do Bhagavad Gita tomorrow. Now let's complete this prologue today. Okay, let's go ahead. Who'll read now? Violet Benares. Okay, Leela Nandini Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam.
While at Banaras, Chaitanya had an interview with the learned sannyasis of that town in the house of a Maratha Brahmana who had invited all the sannyasis for an entertainment. At this interview, Chaitanya showed a miracle which attracted all the sannyasis to him. Then ensued reciprocal conversations. The sannyasis were headed by their most learned leader, Prakashananda Saraswati. After a short controversy, they submitted to Mahaprabhu and admitted that they had been misled by the commentaries of Shankaracharya. It was impossible even for learned scholars to oppose Chaitanya for a long time, as there was some spell in him which touched their hearts and made them weep for their spiritual improvement. The sannyasis of Banaras soon fell at the feet of Lord Chaitanya and asked for his grace, that is Kripa. Chaitanya then preached pure bhakti and instilled into their hearts a spiritual love for Krishna, which obliged them to give up sectarian feelings. The whole population of Banaras, on this wonderful conversation of the sannyasis, turned Vaishnava and they made a massive Sankirtana with their new lord. After sending Sanatana to Vrindavana, Mahaprabhu went to Puri again through the jungles with his comrade Balabhadra. Balabhadra reported that Mahaprabhu showed a good many miracles on his way to Puri, such as making tigers and elephants dance on hearing the name of Krishna. From this time, that is from his 31st year, Mahaprabhu continually lived in Puri in the house of Kashi Mishra until his disappearance in his 40th year at the time of Sankirtana in the temple of Tota Gopinatha. During this 18 years of life, his life was one of settled love and pity. He was surrounded by numerous followers, all of whom were of the highest order of the Vaishnavas, who were distinguished from the common people by their purest character and learning, firm religious principles, and spiritual love of Radha Krishna. Sarupa Damodara, who had been Hare Krishna Mataji, then Hari Bol Dandat Pranam. Can't hear your sound, Mataji.
Oh, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So here now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually meets the leader of all the sannyasis, Prakashananda Saraswati. Right? This is also very beautifully described that all the sannyasis are meeting in one place and they invite Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is also a sannyasi, who is taken in his sannyas from Keshava Bharati school, right? Which is actually coming in the Shankara parampara, because at that time there were no sannyasis who were giving initiation in the Vaishnava parampara. So he took initiation from Keshava Bharati, a sannyas initiation. So all the sannyasis, they were all Brahmavadis, right? They are all sitting there, in one place. And then what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? He immediately came and he went and sat in the place where everybody will wash their hands. After having prasadam, everybody will wash their hands and feet. There, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and sat down. And then all of them are wondering, why is this effulgent sannyasi, why is he going and sitting there? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, right, my spiritual master told that I am a fool, right? I cannot indulge in all this Vedantist logician. He is the greatest logician of his time, the greatest scholar, right? But he said, my spiritual master said, you are a fool. Simply engage yourself in Harinama Sankirtan. So he just sat there. And then by just looking at them, by looking at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it melted their hearts, and automatically they all became converted. Right? There was not much of logical argument, nothing. When they saw, they just fell at the feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because the Lord, his kripa is so much. Right? That's why it said Bhakta Pada Duliyara, Bhakta Pada Jala, Bhakta Bhukta Avashesha Tina Mahabhala. The three very potent things, Tina Mahabhala. the three strong, potent things that can immediately change even the heart, even if the heart is like that of a stone. It can immediately be changed to having love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The three things. Bhakta Pada Duli, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is who? Krishna himself. But he's come in the form of a pure devotee. Right? Bhakta Pada Duli, the dust that has touched the lotus feet of a pure devotee. Bhakta Pada Jala, the water that has washed the lotus feet of a devotee. Bhakta Bhukta Avashesha. That means the Mahaprasadam or the remnants of the food that been offered to a pure devotee. All these three things, when we honor these three things, dust from the lotus feet, water that has washed the lotus feet, and the prasadam, the remnants of what has been honored by a pure Vaishnava. These three things can give us the so much potency that even if our heart is as like a stone, it is like a no emotionless like that of a stone. Even such hearts can be melted and instilled with the love for Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like this, all the Vaishnavas, all the Mayavadi sannyasis, they all got converted to becoming devotees of the Lord. And they all took Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as their guru, and they all fell at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this way, he converted everybody. And then the last 18 years, that's what Prabhupada mentions here, Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions here. Last 18 years is when he turns 30, he actually goes and resides in Jagannath Puri, right? Where he spends the next 18 years simply in loving exchanges between the various devotees. Right, how he conducts himself, how he engages in the Rath Yatra ceremony, how he dances in the Beda Kirtan pastimes, right? All of those things will be shared in the next 18 years of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life. Okay, and then there's also this beautiful song, isn't it? Krishna 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 Hey Krishna 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 Hey Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Pahi Mam Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Raksho Mam. Like that, he goes to Vrindavan, right? This is before his 30th year. In his 31st year, he goes and settles down. Kind of settles down means what? He stays his next 18 years in Jagannath Puri. Before that, when he went to Vrindavan, he passed through Jharkhand forest. He took Balabhadra Bhattacharya with him. At that time, when he chanted this, Krishna, 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 Hey. Like this, when he was chanting, all the animals, tigers, elephants, snakes and deers and all of these animals, they all became ecstatic and they all started dancing to the tunes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? So actually one devotee was explaining, right? Each of those animals are Mahaprasade Govinde. I think Amarendra Prabhu was explaining in one class. Right? All of these animals are, Jivo Jivasya Jivanam. Right? One animal is the food of the other animal. Right? So generally when they see each other, either one is running away, the other one is trying to catch and, eat them like that. But then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is present, then all of them are dancing together as amshas of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They were all dancing for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So I think Amarendra Prabhu only was mentioning in the class, like Shiva's family also we can see, right? Lord Shiva is Param Vaishnava. He sits on the Nandi, right? And then his wife, his son, right? Ganesha, actually he has a rat or a mouse for his Vahan. And this Kartikeya has got a peacock, right? Peacocks and rats, they never can go together. But still, Shiva's family is very peaceful. Why? Because Shiva is Param Vaishnava, right? So in spite of all of the problems that are there, in a family, right? I think, even Parvati Devi is also a tiger, right? I think Parvati sits on a tiger or something like that. So the family is like one is the prey for the other, right? One can eat the other like that. So there is a tiger, there is a bull, and then there is this peacock, and then there is mouse, right? Complete, there is cause for complete chaos in the family with these four animals. But then what happens? All of them are peacefully situated. Why? Because they are all devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this way, even though in our family we may have so many reasons why we cannot get along with each other, so many problems, differences of opinion, etc., all that may exist. right? But then if we are situated in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, if we have Lord Sri Krishna in the center of all that we do, then all of our problems will vanish and our family also will become as peaceful as the family of Lord Shiva. I love this when Amarendra Prabhu narrated it. So I thought, okay, this is an opportune moment to share that. So in this way, even animals, right? Why I started this is all the animals, which where one animal is the food for the another animal. They were all dancing in ecstasy. And then finally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his 31st year goes and settles down in Jagannath Puri. For the next 18 years, he's going to be there and having loving exchanges with the devotees in Jagannath Puri. So let's quickly complete this section and then we will continue with the teachings tomorrow. Sindhu Mataji, go ahead. And then we'll have Manimala Mataji read and then we'll end. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Pranam.
Dandavats.
Hare Krishna Prabhupada ki jai. Swarup Damodara, who had been known by the name of Purushottamacharya, while Mahaprabhu was in Nadia, joined him from Benares and accepted service as a secretary. No production of any poet or philosopher could be laid before Mahaprabhu unless Swarupa had passed it as a pure and useful. Raya Ramananda was the second mate. Both he and Swarupa would sing while Mahaprabhu expressed the sentiment on a certain point of worship. Paramananda Puri was his minister in matters of religion. There are hundreds of anecdotes described by his biographers which we do not think it meet here to reproduce. Mahaprabhu slept short. His sentiments carried him far and wide in the firmament of spirituality every day and night, and all his admirers and followers watched him throughout. He worshipped, communicated with his missionaries in Vrindavana, and conversed with those religious men who newly came to visit him. He sang and danced, took no care of himself, and oftentimes lost himself in religious beatitude. All who came to him believed in him as the all-beautiful God appearing in the netherworld for the benefit of mankind. He loved his mother all along and sent her Mahaprasada now and then with those who went to Nadia. He was most amiable in nature. Humility was personified in him. His sweet appearance gave cheer to all who came in contact with him. He appointed Prabhu Nityananda as the missionary in charge of Bengal. He dispatched 6 disciples, Goswamis, to Vrindavana to preach love in the upcountry. He punished all of his disciples who deviated from the holy life. This he markedly did in the case of Junior Haridasa. He never lacked in giving proper instructions in life to those who solicited them. This was seen in his teachings to Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. His treatment of Haridasa Senior showed how he loved spiritual men and how he defied caste distinction in the cause of spiritual brotherhood.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So with this, we complete the prologue to Bhaktivinoda Thakur's prologue by Bhaktivinoda Thakur on the pastings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the last 18 years, how he spent his time in the last 18 years in Jagannath Puri. So his associates were Swarup Damodar and Ramanand Rai, who are non-different from Lalita and Vishaka Devi, when, in the Goloka Vrindavan Dham. So when the Lord appears, his associates appear in whatever forms the Lord wants them to appear. So in this way, we see that Lalita and Vishaka Devi, they appeared as Swarup Damodar and Ramanand Rai. And then several other followers like Paramananda Puri, they were all there to perform various pastimes. And how we also see that Nityananda Prabhu also joins him. Nityananda Prabhu is not different from Balaram himself. And then Haridas Thakur comes. Haridas Thakur is Brahmaji himself. We saw how after Brahma Vimohan Lila, he wanted to take a position that is very humble. So he was born in a Mohammedan family. He was enthroned as the Namacharya. And then there's also the mention of Junior Haridas, who actually looked at a lady, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so strict because he was a sannyasi. He was so strict that he actually, told Junior Haridas to go away. He will never look at him again like that. And then wonderfully, he also spent time with his mother because Jagannath Puri is near Navadvip Dham. So in this way, he could also have the association of his mother during Rath Yatra and all. When all of them came to Jagannath Puri that time, he used to have this. Association with his mother also, where he had several pastimes. Advaita Acharya was in Shantipur. Shantipur was also near Navadvip, and Jagannath Puri was also near Navadvip. So in this way, all the associates were there, And there were wonderful pastimes happening in the last 18 years of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being in Jagannath Puri. Right now, we will request Monimala Mataji. You can just quickly read this, a note about this edition, and then we will start with the instructions from next class. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Srila Prabhupada completed teachings of Lord Chaitanya in 1967, and his Bhaktivedanta book Trust, then known as ISKCON Press, published it in 1968. In 1974, the BBT published an extensively revised edition. Mataji revised editing with Sanskrit diacritical marks and selected verses from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the source book for teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Mataji, scroll up, please. For the present edition, the editors compared the two previous editions. The original manuscript is lost and restored some of the flavor of the original. In addition, they found that perhaps owing to Srila Prabhupada's heavily accented English, the uneven quality of his dictated tapes, or the difficult philosophical concepts in some passages of teachings of Lord Chaitanya, the original transcribers and editors had occasionally erred. These errors constituting less than Mataji.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
कोई बात नहीं माताजी. Constituting less than 3% of the total text have now been corrected, so that an already perfect book has become even more perfect for its increased fidelity to Srila Prabhupada original words
And intended meaning.
Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So here, thank you so much, Mataji. All right. So this is just an update on what is the current edition of Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, how this has been dedicated to this book itself has been dedicated by Srila Prabhupada to Srila Sachidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Right? We say that, what is this prayer? Namo Bhakti Vinodhaya Sachidananda Namine Gauru Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate. So Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur. That's whom Prabhupada has dedicated this book, The Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Why? Because it was Bhaktivinoda Thakur who actually in the birth year of Srila Prabhupada, which was 1996, he had sent he had initiated the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and this was actually placed in McGill University in Canada, and that was in the year 1896. And that was the time that was the year of birth of our His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaramita Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, 1896. So in this way, this is what is given. So from tomorrow onwards, we will start with our chapter number 1, which is Teachings to Rupa Goswami. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya ki jai. And tomorrow we'll also continue with our Bhagavad Gita study. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki jai. So devotees can switch on your cameras. We'll just quickly do about 2-3 minutes Harinam Sankirtan. And then if anyone has any doubts or questions, then we can take that. Okay, I can't find my kartal. Nama Om Vishnu Padhaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirdisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Rishatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Radha Madhav Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Jai Shri Radha Madhav Jai Jai Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Gurudev Jai Gurudev Jaya Srila Gurudev Jai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Shri Shri Hari Ram Sankirtan ki Jai Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada Shri Gurudev ki Jai Ananta Kauji Vaishnava I got my kartal. Maybe Krishna wanted me to play Mridanga today. Hari Bol. Kartal was here only. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki Jai Ananta Koji Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai Nitai God Prem Vrinde Hari Hari Bol Hare Krishna. So thank you all for joining in. I am able to see Vijay Lakshmi Priya Mataji. Thank you so much. Rajneesh Prabhu, Sudha Mataji, Sindhu Mataji, Harjeet Mataji, Monimala Mataji, Rohini Mataji, Shobha Mataji, all. Thank you all so much for giving us your darshan, joining us for this beautiful study of teachings of Lord Chaitanya every day. Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Mancha kalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhu bhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha ananta koti vaishnava vrinda ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. So if anyone has any query or questions, you may raise your hands. Otherwise, we can end our session. We'll meet tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock for Brahma Muhurta chanting. And then we meet at 12 o'clock. Tomorrow we'll start with Bhagavad Gita. Tomorrow we'll start with Bhagavad Gita 5.21. And then we try to complete tomorrow. Let's do Bhagavad Gita tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll finish chapter 5. Only 29 verses in chapter 5. So tomorrow we'll try to complete Bhagavad Gita if time permits. We will start with teachings of Lord Chaitanya. So like that, we will try to see how much we can cover, substantially, so that we can utilize a good amount of time to understand something. Yeah. All right. Hare Krishna. Anything from anybody?
Hare Krishna Mataji. What is the meaning of Abhang?
Abhanga is a poetry written by Tukaram. So it is a particular meter. Like we have our Bhagavad Gita is what is that? The meter, it is called, Ray, 1 second. Like Bhagavad Gita is sung in Anushtup Chanda, like that. So a particular meter is there for singing. Those bhajans have been written by Saint Tukaram, they're called Abhangas. So yeah, so we can see so many wonderful bhajans. Actually, he sings a bhajan as he boards the plane also and goes to Vaikunta, like that. So those are written by Saint Tukaram. It was in Maharashtra. Who asked it? Who was speaking actually? I could not see.
Anjana Sharma. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams. So thank you all very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Dandavat pranams.